They say you can sing your way to happiness, but for most of us, finding your voice isn't easy. That's where Claude Stein comes in. He's an internationally celebrated voice coach from New York, and 3 decades ago he made a life-changing decision to trade in his prized clientele at the top end of show business and focused instead on teaching amateurs how to sing their way to a better life. Claude Stein was in Sydney last week, where he spent some time showing a group of young enthusiasts how the power of song can transform lives. Caro Meldrum-Hanna has the story.
This is not your average school music class, and this is not your average school choir. Here at Matraville Soldiers Settlement Public School in Sydney's southwest, something remarkable is taking place.
I'm so happy to be here. My name is Claude Stein, and I'm from the United States in New York, where I help people to find their voices and to find their singing voices and to sing better so that everybody can have fun singing.
This is Claude Stein, a multi-platinum award-winning vocal coach based in New York.
So we can start by just humming.
He's in Australia for the first time to run a series of his world-renowned natural singer workshops in Sydney.
It's very cathartic, it's very healing to tell the truth, especially to create some beauty out of an emotion that you thought was sad or a downer, but when you get the right music behind it, it becomes a great release.
Stein's work is in demand, but thanks to the Sydney-based community group Every Voice Counts, he's agreed to spend an afternoon with this school choir, pro bono. Did you know much about the school or the students here before you arrived?
No, not much. Just that there were some kids who had seen some stuff they shouldn't have seen at their age.
The kids, when I arrived, were very closed.
Rachel Scott is a professional cellist and trained musician. 5 years ago, she took on the job of music teacher for this school, which has a diverse mix of students from tough backgrounds. When she arrived, there was no choir, and the children here had no interest in singing.
They would respond to a point. Some of them had difficulty making eye contact.
Is it normal for a child of these ages to be so closed off to music?
No. No, it's not.
Here we go.
With the support of the school principal, Rachel Scott has achieved what many thought was impossible.
When I see children who are painfully shy putting their hand up and saying something, the fact that they've just put their hand up is fantastic, but then when out of their mouth comes this amazing statement, which is fabulous, it just makes my heart just melt just a little bit.
You're here for a reason. You signed up for this choir. Let's just see, if I were to write up here, what do you think is so magical about it?
You can disappear something?
You can disappear something. Something maybe you don't want to see. You can disappear something, yes.
Lets you have all the good stuff and makes the bad stuff go away.
Have good, bad goes away.
Today, Claude Stein is taking these young singers to another level.
And now I'm going to improvise my own magic. It's inspirational. It's inspirational. It expresses feelings. It expresses feelings. You can believe in it. You can believe in it. What'd you say? You can believe in it. I'll have a better life. I'll have a better life.
We had a performance a little while ago and one of the kids walked off stage and said, the audience really loved it and nobody loves anything that I do. And of course, you know, you just sort of think, oh, but I do and people do, but isn't it, it's really awful that you think that.
Everybody up on stage, you're all stars.
3 decades ago, Claude Stein was plying his trade at the top end of town as a vocal coach for some of the superstars in the music business. Bands like the Goo Goo Dolls and Faith No More.
My 1980s were spent only with music industry people and groups that had sold double platinum albums and were quite well known. And it's not so much my thing to do a lot of scales to help somebody save their voice on tour or extend their range.
But celebrity status didn't satisfy him. And although Stein is still running singing workshops for some of the Big Apple's biggest corporations, today his young clients are a breath of fresh air.
Just very moved and touched, and I felt very proud, and just that to make other people happy is a beautiful thing. It felt great to help them celebrate like that.
Is it a happier place? Yeah! Is it a place where things can disappear? Yeah! Does it make you happy? Yeah! Oh.
I love to sing because it's so enjoyable, and you get to express your feelings like Claude said, and you feel like you have superpowers.
In a way, it's just I start to believe what I'm singing in the song, and it just makes me really happy and excited.
We got to learn things. It was really fun. No offense, Miss Scott, but it's fun to have a different teacher sometimes.
So you've learnt something?
I have learnt something. I've learnt something about different ways of teaching, and most of all, I've learnt something about what those kids can achieve.
What can they achieve?
They can achieve far more than people think they can.
If they want to be in a place for the next 10 or 15 years where they can do something that melts somebody else's heart or cuts through the bull of the day-to-day anger that we see out there, that music can rise above, that's a way in that I want to be part of.
What, the melody? The melody. Arms up. Good. Hey, yeah, you kids are fantastic.